Hi there, I'm Sheila Maria. I am a psychic medium for Starseeds, and this video is called Why Did You Really Come to Earth? So places on Earth are in very high demand, and unless you are an Earth soul, you only get a place if you have a lot to share. So one of the reasons that we wanted to come to Earth is that in our other lifetimes on Earth, we ran out of time. Our lifespan was nowhere near as long as it is likely to be now, and we just didn't have the opportunity to do what we could have done, and we wanted freedom to do that again. Another reason why a starseed volunteers to come to Earth is that the life form that they live in is so loving and so harmonious and so benevolent, they get bored. We want the experience of opposition and something to rise up against, something to get our teeth into, because it gets boring when everybody thinks in the same way and feels the same thing. Another reason that we really wanted to come to Earth is because we've had lives where we have seen an awful lot of interspecies wars. And our experience out there in the galactic community has been very traumatic. Some of us were in the Orion Wars with the Dracos. Some of us witnessed souls being destroyed, and some of us saw Earth as an opportunity to have a rest, and that is quite funny, but that's what Orion told me. And some of us also had masses of responsibility in those other galactic lives, and sometimes we were responsible for whole races of people being an operative word, and we wanted only to be responsible for ourselves, and so coming to Earth was going to give us an opportunity to do just that, to operate as an individual. And the other reason that we come to Earth is very often because our genetics are necessary for the collective consciousness to be raised. And I'm not talking about the genetics of your physical family line or your ancestors. I'm talking about the genetics of your soul. So I'm talking about your oversoul. I'm talking about the soul groups that you have incarnated with hundreds and millions of times. I'm talking about the wide scope of metaphysical talents that you have when you're not in human form. And I'm talking about your ancestry. I'm talking about the Elohim or the Seraphim that you are derived from, and I am talking about one of the master consciousnesses which will have birthed at a higher level, will have actually been a branch of the tree that you fell from. So for example, I'm from the branch of Sananda, who is the oversoul of Jesus. So your actual genetics, when you incarnate into a physical body, any children that you have, the very DNA, the very atoms that make up the flesh are imbued with your soul DNA as well as your human DNA. And so if someone had a child prior to the 1990s, the DNA would have been much more human. And then if a starseed incarnates into a human body and went on to have offspring from the mid-1990s onwards, the DNA of that starseed would be more present within the physical form than the old human DNA. And this is where we have offspring that are called indigo children, rainbow children, crystal children and all the rest of it. So my children, their actual, not just their intuitive capabilities, but their abilities to be compassionate, their abilities to stand up for themselves, their abilities to cooperate and help with unity, all of those things are going to be more present in the children of star seeds than in the children of earth souls, just because we've had a lot of experience in many lives where we were harmonious as a species, and we bring that experience into humanity by being brave enough to come into physical form. So if you would like to know more about where your origins have been from, if you would like to know more about why you're here and what's next, if you would like to know more about your starseed abilities, if you would like to know more about the next life you're going to have, come and visit my sparkly website, www.sheilamaria.com/work with me. For now, lots of love from me, lots of love from them. Goodbye.